The sun rose over the grove, bathing the leaves in golden light as Buddha prepared to speak to his disciples. They gathered around him, their faces showing curiosity and concern, seeking wisdom to alleviate their inner restlessness and doubts. Among them, Ananda stepped forward, his voice trembling as he shared his feelings of emptiness and monotony in daily life. "Master," he began, "I feel trapped in a cycle, repeating actions that seem devoid of meaning or greater purpose." Buddha gazed at Ananda, his expression serene, and waited for the murmurs among the disciples to quiet down. "My dear disciples," Buddha said softly, "the longing you feel is a call from within, seeking light amidst routine's shadows." He gestured toward the grove's towering trees, their roots anchoring them firmly, yet their branches reaching skyward toward endless possibilities. "Purpose," Buddha continued, "is like these roots and branches. It grounds us while inspiring us to grow beyond our present confines." Buddha's voice held a calm authority as he began to share a story about a farmer burdened by his daily labors. There was once a man who worked tirelessly, waking before dawn and plowing the earth until his hands grew raw, Buddha said. Day after day, he fed his family, but his heart felt heavy as though life had become a joyless march. Buddha paused, letting the story resonate, as the disciples leaned forward, captivated by the gentle rhythm of his words. One morning, a wandering sage crossed the farmer's path and asked him, "What drives your hands to labor each day?" The disciples exchanged glances, pondering the farmer's perspective, as Buddha continued to recount the sage's profound question. The farmer replied, "I toil to provide food for my family, for without it, they could not survive." The sage nodded, then asked, "But beyond survival, what does your work offer? What life do you cultivate through your efforts?" Buddha's story paused, his gaze sweeping over the disciples as he allowed them to reflect on the depth of the sage's inquiry. Ananda furrowed his brows, sensing the layers of meaning behind the farmer's plight and the sage's wisdom offered so simply. The farmer remained silent, for he had never considered that actions without meaning could feel as burdensome as chains. Buddha said, his voice carried an air of compassion as he elaborated, "This is what routine does. It binds us when intention is absent. But when intention takes root," Buddha continued, "our actions transform into expressions of the values and connections we hold dear." He gestured to the fallen leaves scattered on the ground, their fragile veins illuminated by sunlight filtering through the branches. Each leaf nourished the tree once, giving it life. Even as it falls, it serves the earth in its own way. The disciples nodded slowly, absorbing the imagery, their hearts opening to the possibility of living beyond mechanical motions. Buddha turned his attention directly to Ananda, his words filled with warmth and resolve, echoing through the grove. "Ananda, I hear the longing in your voice. A yearning to break free from repetition and embrace a life enriched by purpose. Purpose is not something bestowed upon you," Buddha explained, "nor is it found in distant realms. It exists within you already. Your task is to awaken it, to uncover what stirs your soul and guides your hands toward meaningful creation," Buddha said. His gaze swept across the disciples once more, ensuring his teachings were felt by all, their minds searching for deeper understanding. "Begin by asking, what lights my spirit? What can I offer others that adds value to their lives?" Buddha advised gently. He gestured toward the roots of the Bodhi tree, emphasizing the interconnectedness of nature and humanity's shared existence on earth. "This tree grows not for itself but for the world. Its shade offers refuge. Its fruit sustains. Its presence calms," Buddha said. "To live with purpose, you must connect your actions to the greater good, offering something of yourself in meaningful service." The disciples remained thoughtful, their hearts stirring as Buddha invited them to step away from passive existence and embrace intention. Buddha spoke with a tone of kindness and encouragement, planting seeds of curiosity and self-exploration in their receptive hearts. When you act with mindfulness, even the simplest gestures contain the profound beauty of connection, Buddha said with a serene smile. Purpose does not lie in the destination. It emerges from each step taken consciously and every act chosen with care, he explained. Ananda lowered his head, his face softening as he absorbed the truth of Buddha's words and reflected on his own path. Buddha placed his hand on Ananda's shoulder, offering reassurance and reminding him that seeking purpose was already a purposeful act. You are not alone in this journey, Buddha said. Addressing the group, we walked together toward awakening and transformation. As the sunlight shifted, casting a golden glow over the grove, Buddha's teachings began to settle deeply into their hearts. The disciples rose one by one, bowing before Buddha with gratitude and resolve, ready to explore their own purpose-filled paths. Buddha remained seated beneath the Bodhi tree, his serene presence radiating wisdom and hope for all who sought it. Another day, another sunrise illuminated the grove, as Buddha beckoned his disciples to follow him toward a tranquil lakeside. They arrived at the edge of a shimmering lake, its waters rippling gently, reflecting the vast sky above. Buddha gestured for the disciples to sit upon the banks, their hearts ready to absorb his teachings for the day. His serene voice broke the silence, carrying wisdom like the breeze that danced across the surface of the lake. Observe the water, Buddha began. Its presence nourishes life, giving freely without expectation or judgment, yet flowing with purpose. He knelt by the water's edge, his hand tracing gentle circles on the surface, watching ripples move outward seamlessly. Purpose is akin to these ripples, starting within and extending toward the lives of others, touching and nourishing without boundaries. Buddha paused and asked his disciples, "What do your actions ripple into the world? What springs forth from your daily endeavors?" A disciple named Sita broke the silence, her voice tinged with hesitation. "Master, I tend to my family's needs alone. Though I care for them, my life feels confined, as if my efforts do not ripple beyond immediate obligations," Sita said. Buddha's gaze rested upon her with warmth, acknowledging her honesty and the vulnerability woven into her confession. "Sita, even the lake must receive from the springs below, lest its waters stagnate and lose their vitality," Buddha replied. His words reverberated like a melody, inspiring curiosity among the disciples about the nature of purpose and intention. To find purpose, one must ask, what nourishes me? What stirs my spirit to awaken joy, gratitude, or compassion? Buddha explained. He rose and cupped his hands in the lake's water, letting the droplets fall back into their shared source below. Let your purpose reflect this cycle, flowing outward while replenishing your own heart, connecting self and others harmoniously, Buddha said. The disciples exchanged thoughtful glances, considering the profound simplicity of living with mindful intention and meaningful nourishment. Buddha continued, "Intention precedes purpose. It is the seed planted in your heart, guiding your actions with clarity and resolve." His voice carried the calm authority of someone who had seen beyond life's illusions and embraced its timeless truths. Begin each day with intention, grounding yourself in the truth of your values, so every action carries meaning, Buddha advised. He gestured toward a bird perched nearby, its feathers glistening, pecking at the ground in search of sustenance. Observe this bird. It fulfills its need, but in doing so, it spreads seeds that give rise to growth everywhere, Buddha said. Sita lowered her head, absorbing Buddha's words, as a flicker of understanding began to brighten her once weary gaze. To awaken intention is not to force it. Rather, it is to listen to the heart and discern its whispers, Buddha added. The disciples nodded slowly, realizing that purpose was not an unattainable goal but a practice in mindful awareness and connection. Buddha stepped closer to the water's edge, his reflection blending with the ripples that danced across the lake's surface. Purpose emerges when life serves something beyond survival. It is expressed in service, creation, and loving kindness to others, Buddha said. He turned toward the group, his voice inviting them to contemplate their own actions and the truths they wished to express. Each of you carries the capacity to create ripples that enrich lives. To serve with intention and compassionate understanding, Buddha continued. As the sunlight warmed the air, Buddha's words settled deeply into the disciples' hearts, sowing seeds of transformation within them. He knelt and washed his hands in the lake's water, letting its coolness cleanse and renew his presence. Living with purpose means returning to the source within yourself, grounding in love, truth, and values that uplift your spirit, Buddha said. The disciples remained silent, their minds and hearts resonating with the wisdom their teacher had shared so profoundly. After moments of stillness, Buddha rose to his feet, his serene presence grounding the group in shared reflection and growth. Walk with intention each day, seeking clarity, so your actions may ripple across the vast interconnectedness of life, Buddha concluded. As they departed the lakeside, the disciples felt renewed, eager to integrate Buddha's teachings into their paths of awakening. Another day, another twilight fell over the grove, bathing the trees in amber light as the disciples approached Buddha. They gathered silently, their faces illuminated by the golden hues, ready to seek deeper truths from their beloved teacher's wisdom. Ananda spoke first, his voice steady, yet filled with curiosity. Master, I am beginning to discover small joys within purpose. He paused and continued, mindful actions have transformed my days. Yet I wonder, how does one sustain purpose amidst life's challenges? Buddha nodded with a serene smile, his presence radiating calm as he gestured for the group to sit before him. Ananda, Buddha began, purpose is not a destination, but a journey, and the path requires patience, resilience, and mindful understanding. The grove grew quieter as Buddha's voice resonated, carrying both authority and gentleness that invited the disciples to listen closely. Let me tell you a story of a merchant who traveled dusty roads, carrying heavy wares upon his weary back, Buddha said. Day after day, he walked tirelessly, his steps weighed down not only by goods but by burdens of the soul. The disciples leaned forward, drawn into the unfolding tale as Buddha shared the merchant's struggles in vivid and simple imagery. One day, the merchant began asking himself, who do I serve? How do my labors brighten the lives of others? Buddha paused, allowing the question's significance to ripple through the group as they contemplated the merchant's awakening curiosity. He began leaving small offerings along his path, water for travelers, grain for sparrows, and moments of kindness for strangers. His voice softened as he continued. Though his burdens remained, his heart grew light as his purpose transformed his journey into service. The disciples exchanged thoughtful glances, recognizing that purpose was not tied to ease, but to the meaning woven into effort. Buddha gestured toward the paths that meandered through the grove, illuminated by the setting sun's warm embrace. Each of you walks your own path, carrying burdens of routine, doubt, or fear, yet purpose can lighten your steps, Buddha said. To sustain purpose, you must align your actions with truth, and let intention guide your way through trials, he added. A disciple named Sarita spoke, her voice trembling. Master, I fear failure when challenges arise, and purpose feels fleeting amidst uncertainties. Buddha's gaze rested upon her with compassion, as he addressed her concerns with words that carried both wisdom and reassurance. Failure is not an end, Sarita, it is a teacher, revealing lessons that help you deepen your connection to purpose, Buddha said. The merchant did not avoid struggles. He embraced them as opportunities to grow in service and resilience, he explained. His words inspired the disciples to view hardships not as obstacles, but as pathways to clarity and profound transformation. Buddha continued, "Just as the tree bends beneath the storm yet stands rooted, so must you remain anchored in purpose." He gestured toward the strong roots of the Bodhi tree, their intertwined strength supporting the tree's majestic presence. Your purpose must come from within, rooted in your values, love, and mindful intention that nourishes your spirit, Buddha said. The disciples reflected deeply, their hearts stirring as Buddha's teachings wove into their lives with gentle yet persistent truth. Begin each day with clarity, grounding yourself in your values, and let that alignment sustain you through life's trials, Buddha advised. He gestured toward the horizon where the sun dipped below the grove's expanse, casting long shadows across the earth. Remember, Buddha said, even shadows reflect light, reminding us that purpose shines brighter when embraced amidst life's complexities. Ananda lowered his gaze, his thoughts filled with gratitude for the wisdom and the transformation Buddha had planted within him. The grove grew still, yet the presence of Buddha and his disciples resonated with energy that carried enduring understanding. Purpose is sustained by mindfulness, by serving others and cultivating resilience through trials. Each step becomes profound when guided by intention, Buddha said. He rose gracefully, his movements mirroring the calm authority he carried as their teacher, friend, and source of illumination. Walk your path with courage and love, and let purpose turn ordinary moments into expressions of profound interconnectedness, Buddha concluded. Under the twilight, the disciples felt renewed resolve, ready to embrace purpose in their lives with mindfulness and compassion. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.